Hey y'all, I am so excited about today's video because I know some of you have seen my video on the top 10 best reasons to live in New Orleans. If you haven't, please go check it out right here. If you were thinking about moving to New Orleans, I'm sure you don't just want to hear about all the good, right? You gotta want to hear the bad and the ugly too. So if that's you, this is the video for you. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, it's Benita from The Big Easy. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back if you're not. Either way, you know I appreciate you so much for taking just a few minutes of your time to spend with me today. Thank you. In this video, I have outlined the top 9 absolutely worst things about living in New Orleans. Now, I wanted to outline 10 things for y'all. I did, but quite frankly, I couldn't think of 10 things I don't like about the city. So there's only going to be 9, but make sure you stay for number 1 because that is the bad one, the worst. Let's go. Number 9, there are no real beaches here. Oh no, you're not going to find that here. Now, murky poo brown water, we got plenty of that. But not to worry, the water still has all the calming properties that drives folks to want to live on the water in the first place. And we have plenty of beautiful homes on the water, and with the reflection from the sky on a clear day, you can barely tell how murky that water actually is anyway. And for a tour of some great homes on the water, check out my playlist of gorgeous waterfront gated community homes in Slidell, just north of the city. Now, speaking of water, number 8 is the New Orleans drinking water. New Orleans' drinking water is sourced from the Mississippi River. According to the New Orleans Sewage and Water Board, though, Orleans Parish's drinking water is safe and it's treated and tested and monitored regularly. However, because I hear many complaints about the water and the way it tastes, I included it in the list. Now, homes constructed before 1987 may contain lead plumbing or existing solder in the home and or between the meter and the home. But notably, the Sewage and Water Board states that it works closely with the Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals and the Environmental Protection Agency to monitor and ensure that the lead levels are below the guidelines. While lead service lines exist, the water is treated with a National Sanitation Foundation certified additive that helps prevent lead from getting into the water. And water lines are currently being replaced through major capital improvement projects, which includes lead water lines. Now, most people I know drink bottled water anyway, so this is not a problem that should cause you not to want to move to New Orleans. Nevertheless, if you prefer to drink or cook with tap water, I dropped a link below on lead awareness and measures to take to reduce lead in the drinking water. Number 7, the bugs. New Orleans has what we say up some damn bugs. I absolutely hate bugs. They are one of the worst things about New Orleans, in my opinion, which is why they made the list. The most disgusting bugs are the ginormous cockroaches. They carry bacteria, and if it lands on your food, it will cause everything from diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, dysentery, cholera, leprosy, typhoid fever, plague, poliomyelitis, and salmonella. Now that's just nasty. Then there are the freakish swarming termites that show themselves once a year, usually in early April, when the conditions are just right for them, okay? Meaning the humidity is high, there's no wind, and it's pretty darn hot by then, like around 90 degrees hot. The most significant swarms, and I'm talking huge, can occur as late as Mother's Day. It gets pretty crazy, guys, like horror movie crazy. Some of the bugs you need to watch out for can be dangerous and even downright deadly. For example, the buckmouth caterpillar. It comes out once a year, usually in the spring between April and May. They fall from the trees, and if they land on you, like one fell on the back of my leg once, and when I tell you, baby, they have these little hairy spines on them that immediately sting the crap out of you. The pain, the itching, the whelping and swelling can last anywhere from 24 hours to a week. They typically aren't deadly, but if you're allergic to their venom, I would watch out for the anaphylaxis. The next bug you should watch out for is the brown recluse spider. This spider ain't no joke. While its features are rather unremarkable, this little sucker is the bad one. Personally, I know someone who was stung by one, and the necrosis almost caused him to lose a leg. It was gross and it required major surgery. And it happened rather quickly. So if you do happen to get bitten, seek medical attention immediately, or like we say, immediately. As the name recluse implies, these spiders are found mostly inside homes. They love dark, quiet, rarely disturbed places like attics, behind bookshelves, and in dressers and in cabinets. So always make sure you check items that you haven't used in a while, like stored clothes, linens, and shoes. Finally, fire ants. They're very prevalent in New Orleans. They are annoying as heck. And trust me when I tell you, they ain't called fire ants for nothing. Watch out during Mardi Gras season, where they too are out celebrating and eating and enjoying Fat Tuesday. Number 6, flooding. Flooding is an issue in certain areas of New Orleans. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If we get a light rain, there are certain areas of the city that are going to flood. In fact, the city's close proximity to the Gulf and its unique natural geography and man-made drainage and canal system make it especially susceptible to flooding. Because of the infrastructure issues, some New Orleans streets flood regularly. But when we have heavy rains, the city allows you to park on the neutral ground, which where I grew up was called medians. If you are considering moving here to New Orleans, make sure you hire a real estate agent that is very knowledgeable of the various areas of the city that have these problems. Because there are many great areas in the city that are not prone to flooding. In addition, there are countless surrounding communities where you can live that are within driving distance of downtown New Orleans, most within 15 to 25 minutes of the city. And if you are moving here from Los Angeles or Houston or any other city that has wicked traffic, a 15 to 25 minute commute's not that bad. And because I always look for a silver lining, a significant New Orleans staple and beautiful effect of the flooding is above ground graves. Number 5, no basements. This is one of the things that I really find unfortunate about New Orleans is the lack of finished basements. My dad's family is from Cleveland, and I have many friends on the East Coast who have gorgeous finished basements that provide extra space for family get-togethers. We'd have more fun dancing and cutting up and playing cards in the basement than any other space in the house. But because New Orleans pretty much lies below sea level, unfortunately, a finished basement really isn't an option for the majority of the city. Number 4, evacuating. New Orleans is very near the Gulf Coast, and what you may or may not know is that from June 1st to November 30th every year, it's hurricane season. Prior to Hurricane Katrina, for people that actually left, evacuation was considered a chance for families to grab a quick vacation for a few days and then get back to work. But not everyone had that luxury, and not everyone considered leaving a priority. You know, that whole "it'll never happen to me" mentality. Well, Hurricane Katrina changed all of that. Now evacuation is taken much more seriously, as it should. Yet evacuating requires a lot of planning. You must make vital decisions early. And if there can be a silver lining, it's that unlike tornadoes, wildfires, and other natural disasters, hurricanes actually give us a decent amount of notice. So you do actually have time to make those vital decisions early, before traffic builds up, hotel vacancies fill up, before the winds get too dangerous, and before the roads start to flood. You also want to leave before contraflow, which is a whole other video in and of itself. Evacuating also can get quite expensive, especially if we have several major storms in a season. Also, evacuation can be quite difficult to navigate for folks that don't have cars or money for transportation, or people that may have special needs or pets. However, many parishes do have assisted evacuations and shelters for residents in need as a last resort. I really do love this city, and despite the occasional evacuation, the benefits of living here far outweigh this burden. And if you're interested in all the benefits of living here, you can watch 2 videos that I've linked below. Number 3, Crime. Y'all didn't think I was going to leave out the crime, did you? Well, the alarmist media coverage can sometimes give New Orleans a bad rap where crime is concerned. Can you get carjacked, raped, or robbed, or even murdered? Yes, of course. Yet those things happen everywhere, right? The problem is that most people think of the violence here as random. So when a crime happens, many people jump to conclusions about what caused it. They don't realize the deep connections between victims and perpetrators. But if you look at the statistics, you'll see that there are very few random acts of violence here. Violence, for the most part, happens between people who know each other, like domestic violence partners or criminals, especially drug dealers and gang members. Look, no matter where you live, crime may be an issue. Yet the more that you are aware of crime activity in your area, the better prepared you can be to make informed decisions on how to keep yourself safe. If you ain't into nothing, number 2, potholes and infrastructure. It's no secret that New Orleans has lots of potholes. Driving in the city can be a bumpy ride, pun definitely intended. And it's only getting worse. Potholes are more than just a nuisance. They can damage your car, cause accidents, and make it hard to get around town. I even blew a tire out once or twice. Okay, y'all, if you stayed to the end, thank you so much, because the number 1 worst, the worst thing about living in New Orleans is the heat and the humidity. Y'all, the summertime in New Orleans ain't no joke. It's like in July and August, God set the thermostat on hell. It is wicked hot. And the humidity in New Orleans makes the heat even more unbearable. If you're not used to this humidity, it can be tough to handle because the heat index is often well into the triple digits. It's so hot and humid that it is hard to do almost anything outside. Be prepared for your makeup to melt off, for your clothes to be drenching with sweat within 10 minutes of stepping outside. And I hope you like taking showers, because you're gonna need a few throughout the day. Now, while you can't change the weather, you can always find ways to beat the heat down here. Don't get me wrong. Try staying indoors as much as possible and drink lots and lots of fluids, especially water. But a great benefit of being down here in New Orleans, you get to introduce yourself to the world famous New Orleans snowball. Not to be confused with snow cones. They are not the same. Snowballs are made of a fluffy and airy light ice that absorbs flavored syrup. Is like heaven in your mouth. And when I tell you you're gonna get hooked, you're gonna get hooked. Another way that you can bear the heat, if you have to go outside, don't forget to wear sunscreen, but try to go out early in the morning or late in the evenings when the sun goes down and it's cooler. And you can always hire me as your agent, and I will find you a house with lots of air conditioning and an attached garage where you can enter your car without having to go outside in that heat, because it is hot. It's my top 9. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a lot of valuable and insightful information from this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it if you know of someone else who may find it useful. Also, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. You know I'll answer every single one of them. And if you are looking to move to the New Orleans area, call me, text me, DM me, email me, and I would be honored to help you call New Orleans your home. Love y'all. See you in the next video. Bye.